The big question is, do I need another surgery? Hey y'all, good morning. So I'm about to leave the house. I have a post-hospital follow-up today with my podiatrist, and kind of the big question we're gonna answer is, do I need another surgery? So if y'all remember, I had a recent hospitalization. I've been out for about 2 weeks now, and I was inpatient for 2 weeks for a few different factors. One of them being a MRSA infection in my right foot, big toe area. Real quick, for those of y'all who may not know, MRSA, MRSA, is a type of infection that is more resistant to treatment and antibiotics. And it's very difficult for my body to fight MRSA. And when I get a MRSA infection, which I've had several this year in different places, this time it just happened to be on my foot, it flares my other conditions quite dangerously, and I end up in the hospital needing management of my other conditions to keep me safe, and also IV antibiotics, and it's an unpleasant ordeal, but we got me through this last one. However, how do I even explain this? So in the past, I had issues with ingrown toenails. Kind of a common problem, not supposed to be a big deal. Anyway, I had the permanent procedure to fix this issue many times. We fixed the ingrown toenail issue, but then from the permanent procedure, and I say permanent with air quotes because it didn't last. I had it done 3 times on my left toe, now more than 4 times on my right toe. And the ingrown toenail aspect is taken care of, but what keeps happening is because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, my body doesn't heal properly. I have difficulties with healing. And the way the nail bed is and the skin and the matrix, like the thing that makes your nail grow, none of that is how it's supposed to be. And it keeps causing open wounds, and which leads to infections. And I'm doing everything I need to be doing, but with chronic illness, you can do everything right and things can still go wrong because it's not always fair. So I've had to get more and more extensive procedures done. I had one done in November, like this whole surgery on my toe that was supposed to fix it, and I'm still having the same issue. So anyways, while I was inpatient, I had a new team of podiatrists see me, and one in particular seemed to really take charge of the situation, I guess. It's kind of a tricky-ish scenario, but she came up with a plan. She fixed me up so I could get out of the hospital, and now I'm going to see her this morning to hopefully come up with a permanent solution. I'm really hoping it doesn't involve another surgery, but if she says it's going to be surgery, but it should really give you lasting results, I'll take it. I'm so annoyed with my feet, and because of all this, I hate people touching my feet, but I trust this doctor, and let's go see what she has to say. Waiting for the podiatrist. It is freezing here, and my feet are obviously out for the doctor to see. They look good, in my opinion, although it is bothering me, so we'll see what we need to do. The big question is, do I need another surgery? So, saw the doctor, we have a plan. They were really nice and brought me a blanket because I was cold, but then they were mean to mess with my toe. But, alright, these back on. I will update y'all in a moment. On the way home, and Mom, what did you tell me in the office about my toe?
I told you, why don't you just cut it off? No, I said you can't cut it off because...
No, first she said we should just cut it off, and I was like, you know what, they give me so many issues. No, I'm just kidding. The doctor was like, oh hush, no, you need your toes. It was a joke. My mom's joke. But anyways, thank you for taking me, Mom. We've got a plan, and I will tell you all that plan once we go. stressed out when I got home. Just like decompressing from the appointment. A great way to do that is to play with Harlow. I got into my PJs and then I was like, you know what? People messed with my feet today. I'm gonna mess with your feet. Just kidding. But I mean, it did remind me that her paws were due for some podicuring. So I dremeled her nails because they were getting a little bit too long. And I trimmed up her paws. No more floofy Frankenstein feet. You look very nice now. So pretty after that little grooming, right? All right, let's go give them an update. Flamingo, go get it. Okay, update time. So I do need the surgery. I kind of expected it because when I was in the hospital, my podiatrist told me this is a temporary solution. The procedure she did on me, the minor surgery I had while inpatient, she stressed, this is temporary. This is to clear the infection. We're gonna have to do something more permanent later. I was just hoping maybe things had changed, but they hadn't. So right now there's no MRSA infection, obviously, which is a good thing. And this isn't emergency surgery, which is good. It is surgery that will prevent future problems and make my quality of life better and safer. So there's no rush to schedule it. It's going to happen in September or October. It should be outpatient, barring any complications, and we're going to try and schedule it for my preferred anesthesiologist, who typically I always go to the same hospital, and there is one anesthesiologist in particular we always try to have on my surgical cases because he works with me often and he's wonderful, and things pretty much, he knows how to make sure things go as smoothly as possible because anesthesia and I don't mix all that well. So as much as I don't want to get the surgery done, at least I know we're gonna approach it in the best way possible. I asked her, I was like, is there just a way I can cut my nails? Is there anything I can do to just maintain it the way it should be? And she said, no, you're gonna keep having issues unless we get this done. And the type of surgery she's gonna do is more extensive than what I've had done in the past. It's kind of hard for me to explain it because I don't fully understand it. I'm not a doctor, not a podiatrist, but from what I could grasp, she is going to remove more of the nail. She's going to alter the nail bed, and she's going to interfere more with the matrix, the thing that makes the nail grow. So hopefully I don't have any more problems in the future. I trust her judgment. And while I was there, she saw that on the right side of my right big toe, I was starting to have issues again, so she had to go in there and deal with it. And I was like, oh, not a fan. But after this procedure, hopefully I don't have to deal with things like that anymore. Harlow wanted to end the vlog with me, right? Or did you just want snuggles? Probably the latter. Anyways, just have to wait for scheduling to call me. Thankfully, just like body slammed me. Thankfully, this is a surgery that is required, but it's not an emergency, so we don't have to rush into it. Like I said, it will be in September or October, and we can kind of work it into our life schedule a little easier. Also, I wanted to add that it's okay to get another opinion in regards to your health when needed. You know, you are your own biggest advocate. And if you feel like you're not being heard by a doctor, or you're not making enough progress in your treatment or your quality of life, sometimes the situation calls for another opinion. For example, I was not a patient of this particular podiatrist before my last inpatient admission. She just happened to be the podiatrist on call when I needed one, and I'm so thankful things worked out the way it did because she has brought a fresh perspective with new ideas, and I feel like I'm finally gonna get permanent solutions to ongoing frustrations I've had. So I may not have personally gone out and found her myself, but regardless, it was still a new doctor to my foot situation, and whether she had come to me or not, I would have made sure I found someone who could have helped me with my issues. Because honestly, not all doctors are created equally, and not every doctor will be a good fit for everybody. They're individual people just like you and I, and it's about finding the one that's going to be a good fit for you, where there's going to be two-way communication and two-way effort at handling whatever it is you need help with. I feel confident with this podiatrist. We'll see how things work out. and I will be sure to keep y'all updated. For now, Harlow and I will say goodbye. It is raining heavily. It just started pouring. Kind of how the weather goes in Florida, just random rain showers. But anyways, with that, we'll say goodbye, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.